Hello, everybody. I am Chef Ava Marie. Today we are live from Clay Avenue Park. Today we have a very special cookbook offer. The star of the Heart and Blessings. She is a five-time WFC competitor and she is author of the I Heart My Heart of Blessings. Can we give my warm welcome to Diane Roark? Are you here, Diane?
I am. Thank you, Chef
Hello,
Ava.
Diane. How you doing?
Hello from Arkansas. I'm doing well. It is so
Di-
good to talk to you, Chef Ava.
You too, my girl. So welcome to the podcast, Happy Hour.
Well, congratulations on this podcast. I think it's awesome what you're doing.
Thank you so much. This is my third installment. I know.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we're taking the show outdoors today. Yeah, this is my
You,
hometown park.
you're doing well in sunny California?
Yes, I am.
Well, good. Good, good. Well,
So
I'm
to,
excited to be here.
yes, how's Arkansas for you? Good with your family?
Yeah, everything's good. A little hot. Today's our first day that we've had less than 100 degrees in a long time. So
Oh wow.
it's awesome.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions since we're on the show. So where did you start your
Okay.
culinary journey?
Um, wow. I started, as a kid baking. I loved to bake. And the book Heartaches to Blessings, I talk about a lot of heartaches in there, and one of them was that my mother left my family when I was
Mhm.
13 years old, and she was an alcoholic, and she left.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
became kind of filled in and started learning how to
yeah.
cook quick on the fast pace. But I love baking. So I
Mhm.
experimented a lot in the kitchen, and my dad encouraged that. So it really started self taught and
Mhm.
just a love and a passion for it.
That's fantastic.
So, and
So,
then when later in life, when I had my special needs son, Caleb, he had 17 brain
oh
surgeries. He was born with a brain bleed. He
my
actually had to be resuscitated a couple of times, and he has cerebral palsy and seizures. So,
yeah,
I one of the things the therapist kept telling me is he work on his memory, do
yeah.
some things like that. So we started baking easy stuff like pound cakes. He could
Oh,
remember the ingredients in them. So we baked them over and over and over and took them to neighbors and got
how cute.
started a lot like that.
Oh, that's so sweet. So he loves to bake with Mama.
Yes, he does. And this time of year, as you well know, we are starting to practice for World Foods. So he runs my mixer and all of that.
So he
He
can't
he,
be a sous chef. That's so sad.
he can't just seizures, and
Oh
he
yeah.
doesn't understand the competitive fast nature. I'm talking about the clock. He's not again. He works in
Oh
his
yeah.
own time.
Oh yeah. Because you got
So,
to be on the clock and be fast. Yes, because that's
oh
life.
yes, yeah, well
I've
aware.
dealt with these situations at work and in life and competitiveness. You got to be competitive. Yeah. So
Yeah. And to me, that's the fun. I love it. To me, my competitors are my friends. They're
oh yeah.
not my competitors. Yeah. My competitor is that clock because
Yeah.
it ticks
Yeah.
fast. And when
It's
you're in that
efficiency.
arena, yeah, when you're in that arena, I think it ticks a whole lot faster than real life.
So, what was it like to cook on the Today Show with NBC, and what year would that take place?
Spring, May. I remember that date well because it was May of 2017, the year my daughter graduated from medical school. And I got the phone call, and I told them I couldn't do it because
Oh,
it was a dessert competition, and I was one of two people from around the country that actually got to go on live and demonstrate our recipe. And my daughter was graduating that night, and so I was hanging the phone up, and I said, "Can you have me back by 5?" And they said, "We'll do everything we can possibly do." So I went for it, and God worked it all out. I was able to make both of them. So it
yeah.
was fun to demonstrate on live. I got to meet a lot of the Today Show hosts, and That
Oh
was, and that,
yeah.
the full work treatment. I mean, they picked me up from the airport. I thought I was a celebrity, Chef Ava. It was so much fun. They picked me up
What
from
was
the
it like
airport.
meeting Carson Daly, Hoda, and Al Roker? Because I was a fan of Carson Daly from the TRL with my sister.
Oh wow. Yeah, everybody was there, was just super nice. Jenna Bush is the one that I just really recall.
Oh,
She was so nice. She was having her hair dyed, and
good.
she saw me and she said, "Come on in, come on in. I saw you, do your live thing, and you were so good." She said, "Look," she said, "Come on in." And I said, "Can I get a picture?" And she said, "Sure, I don't care." And she was, I would have never done that with my hair and dye, but she's just true Texan.
Aw, sweet. And then I heard you met two other WFC competitors, Tiffany Aaron and her mom, Karen. And what was that
Yes.
like?
You know what? They were the sweetest people. And it just happened to be that from all over the United States, the top two were from Arkansas, and she lives an hour and a half from me. So that was so awesome. We became really close friends. And she's the one that got me into world food, because she asked me before I left the Today Show, she said, "Have you ever competed at world food, or do you know about it?" And I said, "No, tell me." So she's the one that got me interested in it. And actually, 2017, I was able to compete for the first time at WFC.
That's fantastic. We're happy. And then also, what was it like being starstruck with Ellie Kemper from The Office? And also, what was it like to do that? Because I'm fans of Ellie and Zach
Uh,
Cherry. I actually did a collaboration with just Brian Baumgartner recently from WFC.
oh,
I did.
well, so Ellie was sitting right beside me when we were getting my hair done and her hair done. And I didn't know that she was going to be one of the judges for the competition. So because it was me and
Oh,
Tiffany baking
yeah.
off our final dishes. And she was
Oh.
sitting right beside me, and I was trying all of, I was trying not to act, not to stare. And I was staring in my mirror, but I could see her at the corner of my eye. And she was so sweet. Um,
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that
just so
must be
polite,
starstruck.
so sweet, and just really, really nice. Um, yeah,
And she's now
it
the
was
British baking show host, and she does a
yes,
fantastic job.
she does.
She knows what
I
she's
watched.
doing.
Yes, it was fun to see her on that too. I've been watching it.
And you are a five-time WFC finalist, my lordy. Uh, and I'm only a one-time WFC competitive finalist. I remember competing in the kitchen arena with my brothers. Your oven broke in humidity with some. I helped you finish it as a competitor.
You
That's
did.
what we do. So what was it like to be in that situation in 2018, and what was the other years like for you?
Uh, well, I've been competing since 2017, and I didn't compete in 2020 because of COVID.
Me too.
The whole WFC was down. But I've been able to finish in the top five every year, and I've had three rare perfect scores.
Good.
But that year, 2018, was a doozy. You were right beside me. My oven temp it was way below, like in the 200s. I
Yeah.
remember that well. And my cake, trying to decide last minute, take it out, not take it out. I needed to finish some little garnishments in the oven to decorate the plates with, but I didn't want to open my oven because, the cake wasn't nowhere near done.
Yeah.
So anyway, you were so gracious to let me borrow your oven the last few minutes to bake, and I appreciate that so much. And I
Yeah.
ended up, that was 2018.
Yes.
I ended up with a perfect score on my apple tart that year, and I finished overall in fifth place in 2018.
That's good.
So pretty good year.
Good. We're proud of you. Yeah. So what was it like to raise a son with Down syndrome, Caleb? So how did
Yeah.
that process for you other than baking with him?
Yeah, he has cerebral palsy. He was born with a
Oh.
bleed in his brain, the worst
Mhm.
bleed you can have, which caused shunt failures after shunt
Yeah.
failures, staph infection in his brain, pseudomonas, another infection. Just long 3 months at a time in the hospital, several years in a row. um, just a lot of problems, and just the rolling him into the emergency room and really having to trust God, because he actually, we lost him twice.
Oh
um,
no, almost. That's so
so
sad.
almost getting close, he stopped breathing and they had to resuscitate him, but it was some fearful years, and he still has a shunt. He's doing okay though, really. He does well.
Yeah. That's
He
such
can
a
run. The doctors didn't think he would ever talk or run or anything like that, and he can run. He doesn't say complete sentences, but he can
uh-huh.
answer your questions, yes or no. And he can help me in the kitchen, and he loves to bake. So
Yeah.
I'm honored and blessed to have him with me forever. He is such a joy. He teaches me patience. He teaches me how to, and the important things in life, like
Aw.
loving and hugging, and
Oh
you
yeah,
can't get
what's
by
kids?
without a
Yeah.
hug.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, because when I was diagnosed with autism at age 3, my parents had to sacrifice with my behaviors and everything. So they had to
Yeah.
have with my speech therapy. I wouldn't be a competitor otherwise, with my speech
Yeah.
therapy. So they knew they had to do something with my learning. So yes, and I think my
And
parents were what they did for me, my mom and dad.
yeah. And look how far you have come. You are
Yes,
remarkable. You are doing
yes.
so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
Really,
you.
truly, really, truly.
Okay, so how did your mother raise you as a kid? I heard she was alcoholic and did cooking. Did she influence your cooking as a kid in the South? I know you probably learned from your dad. So what was it like cooking
Yeah.
in the South?
My mom had very little influence over me
Mm,
with her problem, and she ended up leaving all of us when I was 13. I had a brother that was 15 and
sad.
14, and then I have a brother that's 12, was 12 at the time, and his
Yeah.
sister was 9. So I had to grow up fast. But my dad was awesome, just the best dad, and he
Oh,
encouraged me in the kitchen, and he
oh yeah.
he 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 worked long hours, but he spoiled us.
Oh, good.
He did.
Dads are good,
Yeah.
and your side good.
Yeah, I don't know what we I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have him. He died early in life. He died when I was
Oh,
24, so but I was very lucky to have him.
good. Finally, what was it like to meet Naomi Judd at the book sign when your kids were little?
Oh man, Ava, you've done some research on me.
I did.
That was so much fun. I mean, at the time we were living in the Nashville area, and so we saw a lot of um, country music stars from a distance. But this was the first time she had a cookbook, and I have it today. I would have brought it over here and showed y'all. But we stood in line for a while, and I had twins at the time, and I had them
Oh yeah.
both. They were less than 2, and I had one on each hip and the book in my hand, and I was determined. I was determined that I was going to meet Naomi and get my book signed. And she was just as sweet and Southern. I just really have good memories from her. Love
That's
her.
fantastic. Yeah. And then another question is, any new cookbooks you have right now? Any two? I heard you have two coming out.
I do. So dessert, I got really busy, and I after last year, and I got this creamy dessert champ creamy obsessions. It's recipe hacks and tips for all level of baking, and a lot of
Oh,
my world food recipes are in here. Some of my personal
wow.
scores are in here. So I love this cookbook. I love creamy desserts, and
Oh,
there's same flavors. Say if I did a banana pudding from scratch, there's a banana pudding uh, with pudding and cream cheese and stuff. If there's a chocolate pie from scratch, then I did one with cake mix or
Yeah.
pudding mix. There's both the made from scratch and an easy recipe version of everything. So
Yeah,
I
the
think
homemade
it's
versus
for,
store bought.
yeah. So it's really and a lot of details on pastry cream, on pudding, differences, and just how a lot of tips on making the piping. I love to make my pies beautiful with the piped whipped cream on
Oh
them.
yeah, presentation is important as a
Yeah,
competitor.
I,
Absolutely.
ju- I just love to do that, and so I give a lot of tips on how to pipe that whipped cream and make it look beautiful.
Great. And then
And then
also, what's the other book you got?
my pride and joy is the one that came out this past week.
Oh yeah.
Reason why I said this because I started this book probably 5 years ago,
Oh
way
my
before I
god.
even long time ago, and I put it down because they said I needed a the dessert book out first, but this one is the cookbook to help change the world.
Aw.
It's rebuilding families around the table with 5 ingredient comfort food obsessions. So, the reason this is so important to me is I am on a mission to try to help families eat around the table.
Wow.
I just believe, Chef Ava, we could solve the world's problems if
Yes.
everybody would put down their phones, put down their electronics, and try to quit trying to entertain the kids with electronics and just
Yeah.
make time to look someone in the eye across the table and have a conversation, whether you're at
Yeah.
the kitchen table or you're even at a restaurant. Just make that time. And the more I got into it and the more I
Yeah.
researched it, I really did found because my kids, I have 5 kids. 3 of them are
Yeah.
I
And
have
I
5 kids.
actually I agree. But I use it for business purposes because I have to do it for business, and I also got to do it. I have to. I can't even use social media because I'm actually influencer. So I want to make sure that they got to take a break. Yeah, it's okay to take a break if you're on. I agree with you 100%, Diane.
Yeah. Well, it's I've some of the statistics on kids when you
Children.
eat around.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
nephews and
children,
nieces.
when you
I
eat
want
around
them
the
to take a
table,
break.
yeah, it lowers rates of depression, it
Yeah, and
lowers
anxiety.
anxiety.
Yes,
Kids have fewer problems with drugs and
and
eating
alcohol.
disorders, alcohol. They do better
Mm-hmm.
in school. They have higher self esteem just from
Yes.
making time and spending time with them around the table, eating,
Yeah.
and then playing. I give all kinds of examples in my book of how to start a
Yes.
conversation
Oh yeah.
and how games you can play for all ages.
Or my
And
nephews. Yeah.
so I just love this cookbook, and I
It's
hope it helps a
fantastic.
lot of people. Thank you,
I
I
agree.
appreciate that.
You're welcome. Because that's what we need to have a conversation. Because as influencers, we need to have a conversation. And that's important as we need to do. And that's great. Because I've
Well,
been
thank you.
doing in person and in both. I could do both. So, yeah,
You're good at it.
I am. So, any plans for 2023 WFC? Are you competing this year?
Absolutely. You know I am. I cannot wait. I am so excited. In fact, I heard that the rules are supposed to be out this week, so I can't wait to check them out and get my brain switched in gear to get competitive and come up with something good.
I heard
Um,
the rules are going to release, I think today or tomorrow. I am not sure. So
yeah,
be on the lookout, guys.
yeah.
So
Won't that be awesome? Yeah,
I know.
they gave us a sneak peek or a little heads up on what it's going to be like
Yeah, they
last week on
did
that
on the
live.
Facebook live feed. Yeah.
That was awesome to hear. So I know Mike's up to a lot of stuff. He's
Oh
super
yeah.
busy, but
Mike and Mark have been behind the scenes of all that,
yeah,
and Suzanne
yes,
Clark. So anyways,
yes, I
so it was
love
good
them.
chatting with you.
You too. It is so good to talk to you, Chef Ava, and I wish you the very, very best.
And good luck on your culinary ventures, spreading joy
Thank
to your
you.
Arkansas community, girl.
Yeah, and because of World Food, I do demonstrations in Sam's.
Oh,
So I have a
wow.
demonstration coming up this weekend at the Sam's in Conway, Arkansas.
That's
So
fantastic. And I work at Costco at CDS on Sundays and Mondays. It's not through it's not for World
yeah,
Food, but it's just I just work for for a company, so it's just because we don't have a sales club, no, so not in my neighborhood, unfortunately, no. So
well, so anyway, I really appreciate it, everything you're doing to help me spread the word.
thank you. I wish they open a Sam's Club. I just hope they do in my neighborhood someday. Well, we do have
Yeah.
Costco. So
Yes, yes. Well, I think Sam's is a big sponsor still of World Food
I'm
Championship.
glad
So
they do. That's
that's
amazing.
nice. Yes, yes. Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Congratulations on the memoir. Get it
Yeah,
on
thank you.
Amazon.com.
Yeah, that all three books. If you just search Diane Roark on Amazon, you'll find all three: the cookbook to help change the world, the dessert creamy obsessions, and heartaches to blessings. You'll find
Yeah,
all of
make
them.
sure you find it, guys. Yes. So,
Yes, yes. Hey, Caleb, come here a minute. Caleb, come here a
hi.
minute. He's
Hi,
behind me.
buddy. Oh my
Can you say
gosh.
hi to Chef Ava?
Hi, Caleb. Hi, Betty.
He's doing well.
He's
He's doing well.
sweet.
He's so sweet.
I love your sweet face. I heard your inspiration story, and your
She
mom
read your
is.
book.
And I'm actually an autistic chef who competed next to your mom during 2018 WFC.
And
And
you're going to do well. You'll do well.
we're gonna do well. Yes, I'm gonna be being this year. So hope I'll see you there. Okay.
You sure will. You sure will. I look forward to seeing you, Chef Ava.
Thank you, and I also hope to see you guys there.
Okay. You take care, okay?
You
Thank you
too.
so,
Bye.
so much. Bye. I enjoyed
Bye.
it.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Okay, here she goes. So that was Diane Roark, author of My Hearts and Blessings. So before we let you go, guys, I got some culinary trends that are happening in the community of Chef Ava Marie. Today, this coming week of August, we have Biscuits and Championship happening until August 30th. So get your candy entries in to the Jelly Queen before August 30th, okay? So, one more thing, guys. The San Mateo County Firefighters Chili Cook-Off is happening on August 26th on a Saturday from 10 to 5. So I will link those two on the chat. So thanks for joining me on the show and Diane. So as we say, saucy to perfection and have a good day. Bye bye, y'all.